Coming up next on Adventurer, former world heavyweight boxing champ Smokin' Joe Frazier. More when we return. Hello, I'm Jim Clash, and this is The Adventurer, the show where people truly push their lives to the limits. No talking heads here, just the real deals. Today's guest really needs no introduction. Joe Frazier's heavyweight bouts in the 1970s with George Foreman, Jerry Corey, and Muhammad Ali, including the famous Thrilla in Manila, made him one of the greatest boxing champs of all time. Joe, thanks so much for coming on.
Jim, how are you?
Listen, I want to talk first. I want to go back to 1971, March 8th.
I'm leaving.
Your first fight with Ali, okay? You're ahead on points. It's the 15th round. He goes to throw a right-hand loop. What happens next?
It was a great fight, and maybe like probably the third round or somewhere, I clock him coming out the corner, and I go back and ask my trainer, "What's wrong with this man?" I said, "This guy ain't budging a bit." He said, "Look it, just go back where you left off from. He fall after a while." And he did. So that's those fight that repeat body shots. One round I catch him coming out the corner, and clock boom with a left hook. But then it was a good fight. He was in great shape.
And you won that fight. That was an amazing fight. That was the one at the Garden. You fought him 3 times. One of the most.
I won 3 times.
They say you did.
I didn't get the decision,
right.
but I won 3 times.
Yeah, they gave you the decision once, and the other 2 times. But in the Thrilla in Manila, many consider that one of the most brutal fights of all time, and that was in '75. What do you remember about that fight?
We were there like probably a couple of weeks in the country, and let's say I had to throw them punches. I had to get kind of used to what's going on. But then let's say Muhammad goes in countries and stuff, and he gets the blessing from maybe the king, queen,
right. All that
in
stuff.
charge.
Yeah.
So he lived in the mansion, and I live in a hotel. So therefore, I got a chance to mingle with the people, get to see how they live, get to know everybody. And that's fun.
Now, over the years, you've said you don't like Muhammad Ali, and you said you like him. For the record, what's your take on Muhammad Ali as a person?
Let's see. I guess we all have a ability to not dislike a guy when he's trying to kick your butt. Why should I like him to be kicking my butt? You know what I mean? The main thing about it is that I wants to win, and I know he wants to win, so therefore we hate each other until that time. But then when the fights were over, let's say Muhammad keep the thing going hot, cold, and you can get wound out of shape, bent up, beat up. Therefore you got to fight back. So I just came on a little fight back, that's all.
And some of it was probably good for the prize money if you guys
But as of now, it wasn't for the prize money, because we were always guaranteeing a certain amount of money, and only you showed up.
Really? One person?
You could judge the fight and get the money. We'd be happy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what really went on. But therefore, that was fight time. And, we want to forget all the bad things and pray.
Are you guys friends now?
Yes, I want to be his friend and hope that things work out good for him, you know what I mean? Because at that time, before that bell rang and somebody trying to kick your butt in, what are you going to like him for? I mean,
So you wish Muhammad Ali the best?
Yes. When a man down, you don't supposed to kick him. You're supposed to try to pick him up and see if you can stand him up right.
I guess to wind up this first segment, part 1 of Muhammad Ali, were you a better fighter than Ali?
Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, because there was a whole lot of guys have reached that epitome of being a champion. And if you could reach that point of being a champion, that means you're one of the better guys.
Joe.
George.
Thank you. Again, boxing legend Joe Frazier. I'm Forbes adventurer Jim Clash. Next time, in part 2 of our interview on the Forbes Video Network, Joe will talk about the state of boxing today, who hit him the hardest, and who he thinks was the greatest fighter of all time. Thanks for watching.